Shit, I was muted this whole time. You were so right. That's the issue. I have multiple points where I can mute my microphone, and I mute it in one spot, and then I just forget that it's muted. No. I have to move chat. See, this is the issue with trying new stuff, is I'm doing good. I got an Ethernet cable, so hopefully, stream should be a lot more stable, than it has been. I know it's been pretty good so far, all things considered, but I think it should be better because now I have a 100-foot long Ethernet cable running from my Wi-Fi router downstairs all the way up here. But how are you doing, Super? Did you get some work done? Oh, and now it tells me my mic was muted 4 minutes ago. Thanks, computer. Yeah, for sure. That's also because I have a different, like, pop out beyond Streamlabs for chat on my end. So, yeah, that's kind of how it's going. That's fair. I kind of took that break yesterday. Well, to be fair, I wasn't feeling too great, so I was just like, I just need to get off and do some stuff for myself. That sort of thing. Yeah. But I'm going out tonight, so I don't have... Kind of... Fair enough. Fair enough. So far, so good. No dropped frames. So far. I'm very happy about that. And that's my first cup of coffee today, which is kind of surprising. Oh. I have so many notifications. Crazy. I know, right? But decorations. Let me tilt this up. Hockey jerseys. As if I don't talk about hockey enough. Which I'm going to the game this weekend. It's opening night. I'm very excited. Yes, 2 Bruins and a Rangers jersey. The classic, like the more, I should say modern, Bruins logo is a Tuukka Rask. The classic bear is a Charlie McAvoy I got at the Centennial. And then the Rangers is just a basic Rangers jersey that I got signed a few years ago by some of the players. Henrik Lundqvist is on there, I think, somewhere. Pretty sure I got his signature. But yeah, so I'm trying something new. The issue is I, like, have to pay for, dual output on some things. So I'm just trying to, like, figure it all out with the free version for right now, but it means I have to have a vertical and a horizontal. It's really weird. Some weird shit going on. But anywho, yeah, I kind of took a break yesterday, but today is Monday, so. Hey, you know, it happens. For sure. You'll, like, work really, really well on one day, and then you'll just be absolutely burnt out the next. Totally feel that. What did I get up to on my break? Nothing. My break was one day and I was not feeling great yesterday. The only thing I did is I went to my mother's and ate dinner. I literally went over there and my mom's like, oh, perfect timing, it's ready. And I thought she meant she's gonna give me one of her old laptops. And I thought she meant that. But she's like, no, dinner's ready. And I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, I'll eat dinner. And then I'm going back to my place and go to bed. But my mother's next door, so like, it's not like I had to go for her. But yeah, I'm missing D&D tonight, so. Because I'm going out for some sushi, and I'm really excited. So, in my D&D party, we have this issue where if someone misses, like, a session, they'll come back, and their character is just wildly different. So, like, I know with one character we had, he was, like, he wasn't even old. He was, like, middle-aged at best. We turned him into, like, this geriatric old man. So, motivation not to skip a session, I guess. Yeah, but, like, I'm okay with missing tonight. Not gonna lie. I've just been kind of doing my own thing lately, and honestly, it's been better for me. But I am so excited for this game coming on Saturday night. I told my mom, I'm like, so I'm gonna get there soon. Yeah, so there's been a lot of shit going on in personal life lately that I've just been kind of trying to work through. There's a lot of stuff happening, and it's all happening so fast, and it's so crazy, but honestly, I just figured out doing my own thing at my own pace is what's gonna be the best for me. Honestly. But we're still making hats, still trying to get rid of a lot of this yarn that's still here. Yeah. But yeah, I also got some stuff from my mother's, you can see behind me, the bookshelf. Some of my books, and then my sewing machine is on there as well. Which I have not used yet. I haven't taught myself to use that thing yet. I need to, I know. I'll figure it out eventually. It's an old sewing machine. It's older than my mother. Speaking of which, this is one of her. Oh! Thanks! These actually, I've had these for a while. I, honest to God, can't remember where I got them. On the right leg, though, there's a massive stain because I was filling one of my fountain pens and I spilled the ink. And when I tell you, you just can't straight up get that ink out of much. It's, yeah. That was like a year ago and these jeans are still stained. But yeah, it's faded for sure. It's really faded, but like it's still there. And then I was still in school at the time and I went to class after that and I was like, I got a stain on my jeans. And one of my friends goes, but you look so punk, I love it. And I'm like, that's not the point. I'm like, thanks, but yeah. Oh. That blueberry coffee is good. I have this like massive box of K-Cups I bought. So I also changed. Nice. I bought this massive box of K-Cups and it has like a blueberry one and it's so good. I love it. I think I also put too much creamer in it today. Oh well. I had to finish up the bottle. There wasn't a ton left, but there was like enough for I think a cup and a half of coffee. And I was just like, eh, I have another one right there, so we'll just go with it. Besides, it takes me almost 2 months to go through creamer. It's crazy. Because I tend to drink like 6 to 12 ounces of coffee a day. It takes me a while. Because I live on my own. Like, I don't got somebody to share this massive thing of coffee creamer with. To be fair, I get oat milk creamer, so it does last longer overall. But it's just like... Yeah, it's just me drinking this coffee over here. Me and my little Keurig that I make work overtime. But it's a nice little cup of coffee. True. But it's nice to an extent because I don't have my license. I know I've been working on that, but like that's when I'll finally get like what I really need, because then I'll be able to do just about everything on my own. I'm almost 21. I'm aware I should have my license. But I moved away for 3 years and I just like, it wasn't a priority when I was younger, so I just never really got it. Yeah. My mom says I'm almost ready though. She's the one that's been taking me driving. She's like, you're 90% of the way there. We just gotta practice 3-point turn and parallel parking, so. Yeah, see, like, my thing is, I'm driving a lot of places, but I have my mother in the car. So, like, I can get myself to and from places just fine. Or, I've always had someone who already has their license in the car. Because, like, some days, when we did in-person D&D over the summer, I would take me and my roommates in my car, and then we'd go. Or, like, I'd take us to the store, because I would do all the shopping, and they rarely gave their input, but we just kind of, like, I still need someone in the car, otherwise it's illegal for me to drive, which sucks. But, like, I've been driving myself, like, I drive all the way, I think, like, an hour? Even though it's not technically supposed to be an hour to get to where we were going, but with my driving it took an hour. Because I drive like an old lady. Yeah. Yeah, and I've like had to deal with pretty much bumper to bumper traffic. That sucked. Well, actually it wasn't too bad. I didn't entirely mind it that much, because it was just like, you inch a little forward, and then you stop. But we were just trying to get to a parking spot at the outlets. What day did we go on? I forget. My mom and I went out, and we went shopping, and we were like, I was going for specific things. I needed new shoes, and I think I needed jeans. Like regular jeans. And she was also going out for something, and then we, like, was like, I want to drive. She's like, okay. And I did fine. Like, she freaks out a little bit, but honestly, she's fine. She just hates when anyone else drives. It sucks. Like, not just me and my brother, though. It's like anybody else driving, she hates it. But she's also been driving. It'd be what? Almost 30 or so years? If I can, I'm driving. So true. I just like the freedom of driving because I feel like that way it... Because I have a car, technically. Like, my mom has her car, but she's driving my car because it was sitting for a while, and, well, it was my grandma's car. And then, now it's my car because I'm getting my license. And she's been driving that to and from work, but once we switch, it's gonna be my car, and she's gonna have to go back to her car. She's like, the V6 is so much better than my little 4-cylinder, and I'm like, yeah. But that's not your car. She got the little itty bitty car. Yeah. Well, it's not like... The small car isn't honestly that bad. It's pretty roomy on the inside. She got it brand new. For engines, yeah, for sure. Well, she didn't... I think she got it. No, you're all good. No, because I also found the V6 much easier to drive myself. I've been working on Stream Elements stuff in the background. And eventually I'll get some like sub-only stuff set up. Because I know there's the 2 emotes we have right now, but I want to get some like sub-only. To be fair, I have 1 subscriber right now, and that is my Aunt Pam. And I love her for that. Just like a Discord and specific emotes and that sort of thing. Just so like the people who sub have more content, I guess is the word for it. Since they're paying for it. Other than just no ads, obviously. Yeah. This is main account for me, so I have a couple channels I subscribe to myself. But I haven't been watching Twitch lately. I really haven't. I've been sticking to YouTube mostly. Up to no good on this. That's concerning? Maybe? Nah, I usually just chill. Sup, Crobit? That's good, at least. I'm trying something new. I'm trying streaming on both platforms today, but the vertical output it's forcing me to do, for one, is very funky, and I have to figure it out. So I think I might... I have it going on 1 for now, but I might change what platform I'm using. I'm not gonna say names because I guess Twitch police is pretty hard on that. But I think I talked about it in recent streams. Why is my phone going off? Oh, it's a Cinnamon Toast Kitten video. Yeah. Just got. Ooh, nice. What's for dinner? I had spaghetti last night. My mom made it. It was very good. I told her it was very hot and she gave me the weirdest look because she's like, that shit is not spicy. I'm like, no, but it's very hot. Temperature hot. She goes, oh, okay. Like, yeah, it's not like I'm burning my mouth off. Classic cheeseburger mac. We love. I spoil myself to an extent. I keep like salmon and seafood because that's what I eat. I'll eat beef. I'm not the biggest fan of it as I was as a kid. I prefer leaner proteins like chicken and fish and that sort of thing. That's why every time it's on sale at Price Chopper, I'm like, yes, please. I actually got 2 packs of smoked salmon and have been eating bagel sandwiches for like the past week, and it's amazing because they're so good. As if that isn't like the most New York thing I've ever eaten. Oh, okay. I gotcha. Sounds good either way. I mean, the sandwiches also help me cook for one person, which is so difficult. It's crazy because you make food and then you realize you have so much leftovers because you're one person, so I've had to learn how to downsize portions. It's crazy. Because I've always cooked for 3 or more people every night. Fair enough. Hey, cooking what people will eat is definitely a challenge that I found out when I had roommates because well, one of them was my brother and he ate just about anything. The other was so picky but didn't tell me what they wanted to eat. So I would keep cooking and then they'd just be like, oh, I don't want that. And I'm like, okay then, starve, I guess. Like, if you're not gonna tell me what you want and then you're gonna say you don't like what I cook, don't expect me to cook for you. But that's long past now. That's been like, what, a month now since they lived with me? Now I'm just chilling. Been moving stuff around in here. Hanging up my stuff, which is nice. Next, I'm gonna go and get some pictures and put those on the wall too. This place is gonna look like an old lady lives here by the end of it, but you know what, that's okay. Because that's the kind of decor I want. That's no good, Crowbit. That's never good. My solution to that was always make a list and stick to it. I told myself I would never shop hungry because that only leads to disaster. I would have a list and a budget and try to not go over said budget. Which honestly I've been pretty good at, which I'm happy with. I've always been good at like setting a limit for myself and then trying not to go over said limit. Even when I kind of just blindly grab stuff, even then. I always forget the list. No, that's fair. I used to be almost like a personal shopper for my mother. I would make the list, I would get the coupons, and I'd get everything ready for us before we went to the grocery store. She was so mad when I moved to Maine for school. She's like, I can't grocery shop anymore. You're gone. I'm like, whoops. Just how is stream quality been? Not a single dropped frame yet. This is awesome. This is like the Ethernet cable was definitely the move on this. 800% was. I haven't had any issues yet today. And this is the first stream, not only on 2 platforms, but with the Ethernet cable, nothing. So it's like, great. Which I figured it was, because everywhere I looked, like Reddit and everything was like, if you're using Wi-Fi, don't hardwire your computer. I'm like, okay. So that means when we get to, like, back into Kingdom Hearts and stuff, there won't be nearly as much lag or dropped frames and stuff like that. Which is awesome. Like, it's even being a little heavier on my PC, but, like, still nothing. Steady, like, bitrate and everything. Love. Ah. But yeah. Finish off my coffee. Also, did it heat up for everybody else? Crowbit, I know it probably did to you because we're so close, but like, it got up. Just watch my latest TikTok. You found me on TikTok? Crazy! Nah, it's up there. Yeah, I posted that because I was like, I need to figure this out. Because I feel like, and I've seen the comments people have left, they're all like, raise your prices. I don't, oh, I did say that. But I don't want to raise my prices. Like, that feels weird. Hardwire stuff. Monitor. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and it's pretty warm today too. It's like mid-60s? Well, low 60s, but that's warm compared to what it has been. Yeah, it got to like 70 yesterday. I stepped outside at like 8 o'clock at night. It's like, wow. Like, it is comfortable outside. It was just dark. Maybe I should add... I'm gonna add to this one. Once I finish this baby hat. But yeah, about my TikTok I posted yesterday? Something like that. No, I think it was the other day. 6400. Yeah, that's about where it is for me. But, I don't like the idea of raising my prices beyond that if people are telling me to raise them. Like, I get it, factor in my time, all that. But I still want... My idea is if you make your prices affordable, people are more willing to buy from you, which means more sales overall. Whereas you overprice things, you factor in everything, prices seem unreasonable to many people. You're gonna have maybe a few loyal customers, but that's gonna be about it. So that's like my reasoning behind all that. So I think what I have set for right now is what it's gonna stay, judging by the comments on that. Ooh, you know what I should do? I should move that to shorts. Do that too. Cause, yeah. Yeah, no, it's windy today for sure. Oh, the tarp on my neighbor's roof is just like blowing off. Uh-oh. Not my problem. But it's windy and it's been raining intermittently here today for me. But you know what? That's fine. I don't mind the rain, personally. Here we go. Oh, wow. I can't tell, like, I know it rained last night because when I got up this morning, it was still, like, wet outside and I could hear the cars passing. But I couldn't tell you how it was overnight. This one is on row 17. Oh, I wish. Once again, I'm the weird person who likes snow. I want it. Like, give it to me, please. The Farmer's Almanac promised me snow in October. October's over in 11 days. I need it. See, I like it. I always liked it. I think it's because I always liked the wintertime as a kid. Because then we would get, like, all our parties and Christmas and, like, it's not exactly, like, snow days and stuff. Amazing. Loved it. That was my favorite thing as a kid. Hate the cold, though. But cold means you get to, like, have, like, blankets and sweaters and fun clothes. It's great. Me personally, I always like winter as opposed to summer. Because, like, anything above 75, I just melt and die. Not when you have... True. There is an old video in my Snapchat of me walking to work in literally like a foot and a half of snow. Because when I used to get up for work, nobody would be out. The plows wouldn't have been out yet. Nothing. Because I would go to work at like 3:30. And I have a video of like still going to work. And it's me in like knee-high snow. Yeah, for sure. That's why I'm kind of glad my landlord does snow removal during the winter. He's pretty consistent about that. As long as we all move our cars when he tells us to. It's great. I also love me some fuzzy socks. I've been wearing them recently because my feet get so cold. But that's also because the draft in my apartment is rough. It is chilly. Hey, I can't say nothing. I got some Stewart's in my freezer myself. Love me some Stewart's ice cream. Except I get the caramel gelato. That's my favorite. Oh shit, I didn't do that. I didn't make the counter like I planned. I have to choose between the two. Holy cow. What is holy cow? I don't know. I'm always a fan of Stewart's. Like, in Maine, when... This is ages ago. But I was a part of, like, RHA, which I've explained before in previous streams. And I thought I was having a conference out here in Ithaca. And I was like, oh, there's a Stewart's. And I got so excited. I was like, I am getting myself a Stewart's cheeseburger. And I'm like, I know it's mediocre, but oh my god, does that sound so good. Soft serve ice cream place, that's been that. Oh, nice. Like, I know a Stewart's cheeseburger low-key sucks, but it's like that gas station food that just hits the spot every once in a while. Exactly. They're like good for how cheap they are. It's like 2 for $6 or something. They used to be 2 for $4. I remember that. But that was when I was in high school. So that was a while ago. Pumpkin pie ice cream. Ooh, that sounds good. I've never had that. They had, what, There was like a summer one that was like Boston Cream. Boston Cream Dream, I think it was. It was pretty good. I liked it. But Adirondack Bear Paw is great. Is definitely one of my favorites. Try that one mixed with the Philly apple pie. Adirondack Bear Paw or the pumpkin pie? Either way, Boston Cream Dream is great too. Yeah. I definitely like the caramel and toffee ones. I used to like, there was like a sugar, is it sugar cone crunch? It's got like waffle cone pieces and fudge and all sorts of stuff. Pumpkin pie and apple pie together. Yeah, that sounds good. Oh. Speaking of, one of the people I watched just posted his new stream schedule for the week. But, yeah. No, what's interesting about tonight is I'm not going to be there for D&D, so nobody's going to be able to record it. Stargazer. What's in that one? I'll look it up, don't worry. God, my typing has gotten really bad. Chocolate malt. Oh. Chocolate milk, rich caramel swirl, and ooh, okay. I see. Yeah, that doesn't sound bad. I'd try that one. Would I be a huge fan? Not too sure. Because I've always been like vanilla, other stuff mixed in kind of gal. That also sounds good. I used to eat a lot of Ben & Jerry's when I ate ice cream, but like that was when I was in Maine and I didn't have access to Stewart's. But now I have access to Stewart's, so I eat Stewart's ice cream. There's that. This one is a decent sized yarn cake, so this one will take a while. So hopefully we'll get 3 or 4, maybe 5 heads out of it. Loop-de-loop. No, I have not. For those watching who have no clue what Crobit and I are talking about, Stewart's is an upstate New York ice cream gas station, and they often sell like local milk and stuff like that. It's honestly pretty good. But it's like only in New York. I think there's a couple in Vermont because I know I've been to some in Vermont. But mostly upstate. Like a crossover between Fruit Loops and Fruity Pebbles, but it's blue. Okay. 400 locations now. Jesus. Yeah, there's quite a few, but I know they're like a ton up this way. Oh, does he? Nice. Alright, this is the last row of this one. Which is another baby hat. Because they're so easy to work up, honestly. I used to get the one that's shake until the kids. So you were trying to traumatize your children with a blue milkshake? Honestly, I would too. Not gonna lie. That's funny. I love that. Nope, they thought it was hilarious. I know some kids that would have just, like, been absolutely horrified if you told them that, because they would have been like, you're tricking us. Then again, a lot of kids don't watch the Smurfs nowadays. I used to. When Boomerang came on, I'd watch the Smurfs, classic Scooby-Doo. What else was on Boomerang? Was Batman? I don't think Batman was on Boomerang. Was Yogi Bear? I don't remember. It's been a long time. The Flintstones and the Jetsons was on Boomerang. I do know that. Bro, the second I get... The moment I get the chance to get a brand new, like, a second monitor, I will be so happy to put that bitch up. Because, oh my god. That would be just nice. My eldest used to watch He-Man. Oh my god, He-Man and She-Ra. Yes. I used to have DVDs of those. I didn't watch them on, like, cable, but we had it on DVD. I actually saw a TikTok recently with the She-Ra, voice actress. I don't know why, it just came up on my For You page. Discovered it on Netflix when he was too cute. I used to watch kid songs when I was just that young. They were like, my mom would tell this story all the time. She's like, they were cheap $1 DVDs that she would get at Walmart. And I would just be endlessly entertained by them. They have a YouTube channel, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if they're still, like, making stuff, but I remember that vividly as what I used to watch. That and Disney movies, but for me, that kind of goes without saying. Because I was definitely a Disney baby. Not even a Disney kid, I was a Disney baby. Yep, the best stuff is cheap or free, for sure. To be fair, just about everything used to be cheap way back when I was a toddler. I'm gonna open my blinds up. There we go. Light! So I can actually see what I'm doing. What else did I used to? I really only watched, like, movies my parents had bought on DVD and stuff like that. I wasn't really allowed to watch cable. True. True. Yeah. I've been getting these TikToks a lot. Like, again, they've resurfaced for me is, like, pictures of people when they were how old they were in 2008, and then they're like, I was doing this instead of buying property. And it's like, yeah, me too, buddy. Sup, Chiplin? Still making hats over here. Just finished one, just finishing this one, actually. And talking about stuff that used to be so cheap when we were all younger. Oof. That did not tie off good at all. There we go. So far just one. That's all we've gotten for right now, but we'll see. I will be hopping off at 5 for sure, just because I have to get ready for tonight, because I'm going out, but yeah. We'll see how many we make. I'm gonna finish off a couple as well. So some that are like half done and then... Also, what do we think? I'm gonna reach out to someone locally who's been looking for collabs with online creators. I won't tell you who it is until either it doesn't happen or it actually happens. We'll see. But, like, what do we think about collab stream? I think it's a cool opportunity, and I will 100% seize that chance if he says yes. Because I know for me, it's mostly, like, just chatting streams, so I don't know what type of content he'd want to do. So it might be if he wants to get on stream with me, it might be just chatting, it might be something different, it might be more gaming. Like I said, we'll have to see. Collabs are good, for sure. And this guy's, like, he's local to me, so he, crochet race. I have a feeling I'd win. Because that is not one of this guy's talents. Unfortunately. I feel like I'd just, like, be so fast. Sure, you win 1/2 for that. Yeah. It would be rough on him. I don't think we'd do that, which is why I'm thinking more of, like, he might want to do gaming or something, but obviously I have to see what he says. So. That sort of thing. Which happens, but don't know. If it happens, you'll find out. If it doesn't happen, you'll also find out. So. But he, like, put out a post on Facebook that was like, hey, I'm looking for people to collab with who are more internet savvy than me. And I'm like, okay, so us. So, we shall see about that. I think this is the 35. That's what it looks like. Actually, let me set an alarm for 5 because knowing me, I'll just 100% again. Oh, were you? That's cool. Duolingo. New chairs. Oh, that's fun. Have I told you guys about this chair specifically? How I got it for free? Technically. Give me a second, I will. So when I was moving stuff into this apartment, I had bought myself a desk and a chair from Amazon because I was like, that's probably the fastest way we're gonna get stuff. And so I ordered it. Did not realize I had placed it for the mailroom at my school. This is falling apart. Good idea to get new chairs, for sure. But I had put the wrong delivery address instead of here. And I fought with Amazon for days about the desk because it was a third-party seller and they weren't willing to give me a refund. They weren't willing to just, like, ship it back. But they gave me a refund for the chair. I was like, okay, sure. And then I get a call from FedEx in Maine, where I was living at the time. And they go, hey, we have a package for you. And it was sent back to our warehouse. And I'm like, oh, you can cancel it, whatever. And they're like, would you like us to deliver it to another address instead? And I went, ooh, okay. And they were able to send it here. So I basically got this chair for free. Which is awesome. I was so happy. And then it literally came the next day and I was like, oh! Like, they told me it'd be a week, not a day. It was fantastic. Yeah, I do too. But at least for the chair, it worked out. The desk, not so much. I couldn't get a refund or anything, and I had to buy a different desk, which sucked, but... And then I got the free desk from my hairdresser. So now I technically have 2 desks. But it all worked out in the end. I got what I needed, which is the most important thing. Oh, that's good. Yeah, I've seen, like, a bunch of different chairs, but I was like, for right now, I just want a simple office chair. And then later down the line, if I want to upgrade it, I will. Because I had a chair, when I had a desk in my bedroom at my mother's. However, my little brother took it. I don't want that chair back. Sorry, but no. Don't want that. And so I just was like, we'll just get myself a new one. But yeah, a good chair is kind of important because I was like, I don't want the crappy office chair. And since Big Lots closed down, I can go in there and get cheap furniture, which is what I would have done if they were still around, but they were not. And I was like, I'm gonna get a halfway decent chair, and then eventually I will, eventually I'll upgrade at some point. My crochet hook is like, it's supposed to come tomorrow, Wednesday, so remember. That's good. Sorry, my crochet hook is getting squeaky. I wonder, 61. I'm gonna open the window. I'm gonna let some air in. Oh, I forgot I locked it for the winter. Cause it had gotten so cold, I was like, I'm just gonna lock it because I don't want bugs and shit coming in, but it's nice out to the point where I don't mind having the window open for the time being. And it'll at least let a breeze in. And luckily, the way the building is situated, it's pouring out again. We have a little bit of sun. Oh yeah, that's nice. The second I opened it, it got slightly cooler because my office gets pretty hot in the afternoons. Okay. Okay, so we got 26, now 27 rows out of this. So another 10 rows, and then this one will be done. But, yeah. I don't know, I may be able to hop in for the tail end of my D&D session tonight, who knows. Also, this shirt is longer than I thought. It's one of my mother's shirts that she was looking to get rid of it, and then I looked at it and went, Ma, do you not want these shirts? And she's like, oh yeah, I was gonna ask you about that. And I'm like, I'll take a look. It took like half of them. Which is really funny because we like have similar clothing sizes. Although she's a little bigger than I am. A little bit, not by much. I have to really fix this vertical output thing once I get it all situated, because oof. It looks a little janky at the moment on the other platform. Twitch is obviously what I've kept at for a long time, so. Anywhoosie, Chiplin, how's the learning English been going? Since you said that like a little bit ago, talking about Duolingo. Honestly, I gotta say one of the best things I ever heard was learn a language like you're learning it as a kid, which is so true. I have to see if there's any others I should add. Make like a dual tone. Nah, you're all good. I was talking to Chiplin because they are trying to learn English and are doing it with my streams, which is odd choice, but I'm flattered. Which I think I said the other day as well. And I was talking about how the best way to learn a language is to learn it like you're a baby. Do it that way. That just been chugging along on this hat. Exactly! And honestly, I know I was in the makers and crafting category for like a month or so, was it? But that's why I prefer just chatting, because you get a more varied audience, which honestly is what I prefer. So. Oh my god. The trees are so pretty right now. Ah. There's all sorts of like red and yellows outside. It's great. I love it. I love being in the Northeast where you get to see that sort of thing. I'm gonna check on something real quick. Oh, what is my phone doing? That's fair. Like I said, I used to do it for a hot minute, but I like just preferred, and it's a better way to get honestly just a better way to promote. I'm trying to look for something and I can't find it. Oh, I found it. Ah. There we go. Let's see here. Ooh. Are you helping build it, or what's going on? Doing a movie night in Discord. Ooh. What movie? What movie you watching, Crowbit? I would assume a Halloween movie. Slasher, maybe? Also, I found the thing I needed. Oh, didn't that just come out? I've seen a lot of promotion for that. Biggest problem since 2 days is... Ooh. That's rough. Hate when that happens. It did just come out. That's what I thought. I was like, I've only really heard about that for like previews and stuff. Interesting. Oh, Fire Stick. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a ton of sense. Because Fire Stick has a lot of, like, casting stuff for it. That might be it. It's all good. Movie premieres tend to be like staggered releases. Typically Nation of Origin gets to see its first, and then it'll have like a worldwide release. Yeah, unfortunately. That happens with a lot of things. What's a movie I'm waiting for? Obviously the second FNAF movie, I mean. That's what I'm waiting for. There was another movie that came out. Oh! Watch the first one. Ooh, I've never seen it. I was never really huge into watching like horror movies. Maybe I should give it a shot again. I watched the original Conjuring. But I saw this today. Crowbit, do you know the Now You See Me franchise? Where it's like these magicians did like this huge heist. Who does it have? It has Morgan Freeman in it. The second one had Daniel Radcliffe. There's a guy who plays Alfred Pennyworth. I forget his name. But Now You See Me is getting a third. Alex Cross, is that his name? I think you're probably right. No? I don't recognize him. At least. Like, Now You See, it's like a heist movie. By James Patterson? Is that really, like... It's a movie and a sequel, and I can't... No, I don't think it's this. Unless I'm entirely wrong, I maybe. No. Well, now that I'm on IMDb, might as well look it up. No, I want the original movie. 2013. Jesse Eisenberg, that's his name. Mark Ruffalo was in it. Woody Harrelson. It was like, so the first movie, yep, just found it too. Yeah, they're coming out with a third movie, and I was like, oh my god. I was like, this is a throwback. And like, it came out of nowhere, at least for me. And then they're just like, it's coming out November 14th, and I'm like, okay. I am definitely going to see that in theaters. That sounds like the best time. Because I love the first two movies. Those were great. Boondock Saints movie. That's not something making me look up stuff. I have not seen that. Oh, it's got Willem Dafoe in it. There's two out already. Yeah, that's what I can see. Where's the synopsis? There we go. Storyline. Oh, it's Boston. Haha. Oh. Okay. That would be a movie my mom likes. She's huge into the action kind of stuff. That's definitely her type of thing. I don't know. I just remembered Now You See Me from when I was a kid. And that was something we had on DVD. Norman Reedus. Damn, that's some privileged info. You must have got real lucky with that one. Wow. I know like, we did it for a movie night for something. And I can't remember what it was. It was, I think it was at school or something. And we just watched Now You See Me in one of the empty lecture halls. There's two. And we, like, had the best time. Because it's, honestly, I can see why it gets dogged on a little bit, but, like, it's a good heist, it's a fun heist movie. That's honestly the way most people should treat celebrities, is to, like, just treat them like people. That's honestly how you earn their respect most of the time. Is not treat them like gods, which is what a lot of people do. What's the rating? Oh, the rating's a 7.2 on IMDb. I'm kind of surprised. Why do I feel like this movie was a flop? It may have been when it first came out, but I remember it being a good movie. Well, not good per se, but fun. Fun for sure. Yeah, Jesse Eisenberg, Woody Harrelson, Dave Franco, Morgan Freeman, Michael Caine. That's who it was. I do like Harry Potter. Now You See Me Too only has a 6.4. Oof. Now You See Me, Now You Don't. It's the new one. Fair enough. That one sounded like it had a pretty good cast, too. I'm a little scared about the new HBO series, too. I am not sure what's gonna happen with that. I've heard some, like, varying theories based off of it. Oh, it was announced in 2015. Crazy. It's coming out November 14th. Ooh. I don't know if there's any, like, it doesn't look like there's any reviews out on it yet. But from what I see, it looks like they're trying to get, basically a new generation of criminals to... A Diamond Heist reunites retired horseman illusionists with new performers Greenblatt, Smith, and Sessa as they target dangerous criminals. I don't know. I'll give... Oh, excuse me, adjusting my position. I will give my thoughts on that when it comes out, for sure, once I see it. That actually... Because I saw that and went, oh, I've seen that movie. And then I went, no, that's not the name of the movie, is it? And then I looked it up and I'm like, this is a new movie. And then went, goddamn, okay, I guess I'm going to see that. So, that's what I'm doing on... I should look at that. November 14th. See if there's tickets. Actually, I have, funnily enough, my mom has tickets to a cinema that we've had for like 10 years. She bought a bunch of like free, well, she bought a ton of vouchers for movies when my brother and I were younger, and we just haven't gone through all of them. She would get them for Christmas for us like every year. She'd get like 2 or 3. And there's still some sitting in our cupboard. So, I might use one of those and go all the way out to Saratoga to go and see it, because that's where the closest bow tie is. I despise people with big trucks that love revving them up. In the village, where, guess what the limit in the village is? 30 miles per hour, and you're just revving your truck to act cool. No thanks. But yeah, Chiplin, I know about the new Harry Potter series. I'm not necessarily following it heavily, but I'm concerned for sure. But I also really like the movies. But obviously not J.K. Rowling. Just putting that out there. So. No worries. I'm just talking about how there's the new, Harry Potter series that's getting worked on. And how I'm slightly concerned about what it's gonna look like when they come out, so. Ooh. Oh, it looks like it's gonna rain again. Yay. If I leave my window open, at least for the time being, it's not gonna get... Unless the wind directly blows the rain towards my window, I'll be fine. Even then, there's trees, so. But Harry Potter, the original movies are good. The books are good too. I used to read those when I was a kid, but I was definitely more of a Percy Jackson kid. I love that way more. I read all those books, and then I read Heroes of Olympus. And actually, I read the entirety of the Kane Chronicles before I got into Harry Potter. I mean, Harry Potter. Percy Jackson. I read Kane Chronicles, Percy Jackson, little bit of Harry Potter in middle school. I wasn't super into it until, like, COVID really hit. But then, I read Heroes of Olympus. And I read Hunger Games when I was younger, too. Percy Jackson is so good. I have a box set. You can't really see it, but it's right there in the bookshelf. Ah! Your girlfriend doesn't like Harry Potter? Boo. I always liked it. But that's because I really like fantasy. That's definitely my thing. I don't think she'll be happy to hear that. Did you ever read Charlie Bone? No, I've never heard of that, actually. That was never something I read. Oh, what were the... Animorphs? Is that what they were called? I read like 2 of the Animorphs books. But the covers always freaked me out, so I never liked to read them. Because the covers they looked so weird. Okay, this is the last row of this one. It's kind of like Harry Potter. I'm just gonna look it up on my phone this time. Charlie Bone. Children of the Red... Wait. Oh. Oh no, I never did read this. The cover gives me Nevermore vibes, though, which I did read. I really did like Nevermore. I have 3 of the books, not all of them. I do need to get the 4th at some point. But that's a really good book series. About all of the books. That was... What did my little brother and I... Harry Potter 2.0. Almost 9 years younger than me. That was me and my brother with A Series of Unfortunate Events. I don't think... He never really liked the books as much as I did, for sure. But I definitely... Like, we both read those books. And my older brother read them, too. My older brother had nearly all of them in hardcover. And then I made the stupid mistake of allowing my grandmother to give them away. I really shouldn't have. But I was a dumb child. Because now I want all the books back. So. But my older brother is like 13 years older than I am, and we both really liked the books when we were younger. Here we go. I feel old now. Hey. Chiplin, I honestly think you're probably the youngest here. Because if you feel old, then Crowbit and I must be ancient. Oh, wow. So you're actually older than me. Interesting. I am... My older brother is 30... What did I say? He's 13 years older than I am, so he's 34? No, he just turned 33 in March. Definitely. I'm not good with that sort of thing because I call my older brother old man all the time. It's really funny. Because he gets annoyed by it. Ah. Precisely, Chip. turning 40 next summer. Wow. I'll finally be drinking age in a couple months. Which is so weird because after COVID, I have felt like I'm still 15 for the longest time. And then it's just like all of a sudden, now I'm an adult. I have my own place. I am paying bills. It's like, it's insane. So it's so weird. I think COVID messed with a lot of people in that sense. Yeah, kids, like, it's so weird. This is actually something I talked to my therapist about because I'm like, dude, I feel so behind. Like, it's so weird because I was a kid pretty much when COVID hit. I was in high school and I had to go through online learning, all that, which honestly I did pretty well because I didn't necessarily have the social aspect of it, and I just kind of like did my own thing, did my work in like an hour, got it done, was finished with it. And it's just like it, but then all of a sudden I feel like parents were older inside. Fair. Yeah. 2 kids, 2 cars, 3 houses. Crazy. Couldn't be like anyone. I have Me too, Chip. I have an apartment, a car I can't drive on my own, and that's it. Oh, this is me too, buddy. A toaster PC. Oof. Me, thankfully not that. I paid $1,200 for this thing. I mentioned this before. I don't know if you were here, but like, there's TikToks of people of how old they were in 2008, right before the recession, and they're like, this is what I was. They're like 5 in the photo, and they're like, this is what I was doing instead of buying a house. I'm like, same. Because it's so difficult now, and there is something to be said about that. It's just like, housing has become so unaffordable because, forget all that, I want a maid, a chauffeur, and a bottomless bank account. Me! That's what I want. 100% agree, Krobit. I would love all of that. Honestly, though, I just want, like, I want to live in, like, kind of a city, but not. I want to live in, like, an old school city. Have someplace with transport. Because, honest to God, I'd rather ride the train and walk everywhere. And just, like, be able to do my own thing without having to just panic about bills every month. It's crazy. Because, all things considered, my rent is cheap. Oh, I missed one. But, like, my rent for where I'm living is pretty stable. And Like, my mom has lived here for 20 years. We have a neighbor who's lived here probably 30. House, my girlfriend, one PC, and one for job. Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm not one of those people that wants, like, I want, like, 6 cars and 7 houses and all this fancy stuff. I just want, like, a life where I don't have to endlessly worry about bills and shit. So, that's just, like, my thing. But it's crazy. And just, like, enough disposable income to do fun stuff every once in a while. Like, to all things considered, these hockey games I keep going to, season tickets are less than around $700. For the entire season, you get entry into special events with the team, you get discounts on merch, and a seat for every home game. And I did the math on it when I was looking at it, and the math is you pay around half of what you usually pay if you do a season ticket. Alright. Let's take a peek here. But I was just like, I just want to have enough disposable income to do that. And, like, go on vacation once a year for 2 weeks. That is my goal. What do you think? Do we want to add to the black? I think I do. And I think I want to add to this one, too. I think purple would go good on this. So we'll set that one aside. Fair enough. I know a friend of mine, she just got a new car, where it would have been so much cheaper if she kept the one she currently have, because her mileage she has on that car is beyond the least anyway. It would have just been cheaper if she just kept the car she had, instead of getting a brand, well, it's not brand new, because who can get a brand new car nowadays, but it's like, you should have just kept that one car because A, you know how to drive it, you've had this car for years since it was brand new, and it's like, you'd have to sign up for a new loan anyways, and you have to co-sign it because we're still young, and it's just like, it's insane. Because I see some decisions people my age are making. They're spending hundreds of dollars on pointless merch. They're like have no plans to move out on their own in the next 5 years, let alone now that most of us are 21. And it's just, I see it all around me and I'm like, how do you not want to, like, have your own life outside of your parents? It's so crazy. And I think it's because, A, just people are too chronically online and worrying about shit online that they're not focusing on doing that sort of thing. Or B, it's just so expensive. Because I know between the bills I pay, I am paying $1,200 a month for me to live here. Which is cheap, all things considered. Guess we need something more than... That's fair. And you also have to, like, take your kids to appointments and stuff. But, like, just me, I pay $1,200 a month. Just for me to live. That's groceries, that's electricity, that's Wi-Fi for this, that's rent, and my phone bill. That's cheap. In other places, that is rent alone. Now, thankfully, included in my rent is trash removal. It is water. It is snow removal and general upkeep. You don't get that other places. Other places will charge you for that sort of thing, which is crazy. It's insane how much stuff costs. Because I know when, during COVID actually, or during the start or the end of COVID, my mom was complaining about how our rent was jumping up from $450 to $550. Yeah, exactly. It's a steal. And it used to be cheaper. But everything has just gotten so expensive. It's insane. There we go. Yeah, exactly. Like, what I pay in rent is $675. At this point, I think for the size Crowbit lives in, because you have kids and stuff, yeah, that 1,600 is normal for that size. Actually, no, that's cheap, because you probably live, like, in a 3 or 4 bedroom, right? I know I live in a 2-bedroom in our state. It's cheap. So true. New York is expensive. But even in Maine, I was looking, and like a studio was going for $975. And that didn't include water. That didn't include trash removal. It didn't include all of this sorts of other shit. And I was like, hey. Which is why I moved back. God, I wish. It's... yeah. That's what I wish it was in most places here, but it's not. Unfortunately. Maybe. I know I live... Actually, a typical... Jesus. Yeah, no, that makes sense. 70% of rent. It's supposed to be... So, the general rule of thumb I learned in, like, financial classes was 50% on necessities. So that's rent included. I think it was like the 50... It was 50-30-20 rule. It was like 50 towards necessities, 30 towards something else, and then 20 to savings. Don't entirely quote me on that, but I do remember it was 50-30-20 is what it was. But yeah, even 70% of income is still pretty high. Let me look it up. So I'm not talking out of my ass, which does happen. $50% towards needs, 30 towards wants, and 20 for savings and debt repayment. Okay, so I did have it right in my head. Whereas most people nowadays, it's like 80 or 90 towards necessities, and then 10 to 20% towards debt. Because a lot of people have debt nowadays because they use credit and they use it irresponsibly. Hence why I don't have a credit card. Because I know I would use it irresponsibly, so I refuse to get one for myself. Yeah, that's high. At least in my mind. Because I think what I pay for, the $675, is reasonable. But it was a lot cheaper when I had a roommates. However, I paid for that and my sanity, which I will not do again. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. You don't have nearly as much included in yours as I do. Because I know we have literally the only things that aren't included in my rent are electricity and, what did I say earlier? Wi-Fi. That's the only thing. Electricity and internet are the only things. And cable, but who uses cable anymore? I don't use cable. I don't even have a TV. I just have my computer, which is a-okay by me. But yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. Very. Except the equipment, that's insane. I know our heating is electric, so, and like appliances and everything else. So like, when I use my stove, that's electric, and then heating's electric as well. So that goes into that. Ban evader. Someone just tried to... Crazy. You know, after I posted my TikTok the other day, they tried to get me, they're like, you can buy 10,000 views for $8. And I'm like, so why would I want to do that? Why would I spend $8 to make next to nothing back and put myself at a loss? Which is what I don't understand, is like, streamers will spend money to get more viewers and bots, but unless you're huge and have 200,000 viewers or like at least 1,000 actual viewers watching you, that puts you at a loss most of the time. So it's crazy. I don't understand it. And this is why I have Automod on. Because it shows me that sort of thing. That's another thing. Yeah. Yeah. I went to the hospital this year for like an issue with my heart because of the caffeine usage. $4,000 for emergency visit. It was rough, but luckily insurance covered most of it. Funny thing. Goes back to some number. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, healthcare since getting privatized on insurance as well is just ridiculous. And I may lose what insurance I have. Great. But that's getting into politics. I do, and that's mostly because that's what I studied a lot in school. Is I definitely took an interest, and I still do take an interest in politics, but I had to pull away just because it got so crazy and it's volatile. It's extremely volatile, especially in the US, and it just... Oh, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm going to give my opinion on this. You know what? It may be controversial, it may not. I don't know. How is a meme here? Ugh. That's the thing. Donald Trump is a caricature of a bad president. He is not just a bad president, he's a character. He is a joke of one. Dorito hair. Yeah. Not too far from what a lot of people call him here. I've seen people call him Orange Man, Cheeto Man, that sort of thing. But the way things have been going necessarily is greatly concerning, at least in my eyes, as someone who directly studied German political history for a couple months. It's not looking good, and it's baby steps that's only accelerated by the use of the internet. It's crazy. But that's my thoughts. For now, anyways. Yeah. It's a very unfortunate situation. But anyways, we're finishing this hat. I gotta make that a command or something. We got this one almost done, which will make... I think that'll make 3 finished for this stream so far. In what, an hour and a half? 2 hours, wow! I would love to know how American people look like that, like we see crazy. That's why I try to stay off it, not gonna lie. I try to stay, like, in my own little bubble, which I know, all things considered in history, is considered bad, but it's like, at this point, my personal issues outweigh my concern for all of that, because it only serves to discourage me more. And I think that's a tip of advice a lot of people need to learn now more than ever, is that if this sort of thing happening is only serving to discourage you and frankly causing bad effects on your mental health when you have like personal things like bills and stuff to pay, stepping away from it, at least for a little while, is going to help in the long run. And it's something I've had to learn. And that's why I basically, when I'm not doing this sort of thing, when I'm not working behind the scenes on my streaming stuff, I am trying to go outside and take walks. I'm reading books with music in the background. I'm part of the USA likes Christmas movies. Yeah, exactly. Like, it's very... It's two sides. But it's also like social media. Like, you'll see one side of a person that's what they're putting on social media, and then you'll see... And then meeting them in real life could be totally different. It's just how life is nowadays, but it's... I don't know, man. I don't know how much more I can say about it. Again, this is coming from a 20-year-old who's just honestly done with it all. Just trying to live my life and go beyond all that. But we're not necessarily here about politics, are we? We're here for hats. And speaking of, I'm about to finish this one too. Which will make 3! Wow! There we go. Eesh. Come on. Go. But anywhoosie, my mom asked me last night, because I love the American dream, you know, giant cities. And the American dream is not really true. No, I get that, for sure. And what I'm saying shouldn't necessarily discourage you against visiting the US. It's just how I see things currently. But if you visit, like, nice places. Sorry. Wah! You missed it. We finished another hat. That makes 3 for this stream. 3 finished for this stream anyway. So. I got a little bit into politics when you were... I want to go to Ireland. Oh. I just want to go everywhere in Europe. But I see... Does anyone else see, like, the videos of people doing their driving tests in the UK? It legitimately scares me. Because I'm like, what are these people... What is with the zigzag lines? And everything looks so narrow. Like, I know sometimes it's the camera angle and the lens, but oh my god. It just looks so... I never want to drive in the UK or anywhere in Europe. It just looks horrible. Ireland, Italy, Scotland, Canada, Germany, France. Canada and Germany are great. Speaking as someone who's been to both, I can't say anything about the other places. I went to Canada on their St. Patrick's Day. Went to an Irish pub. Great time. I should have gotten a pint of Guinness for authenticity. Italy, France, and UK. Woo! Fun. I've only gone to Canada, Germany, and Austria. And I would go to all 3 again. Actually, I'm planning on going to all 3 again. Tube tour. Yeah. Especially if you travel to chains everywhere. My mom used to sail across the lakes in Canada when she was growing. Oh, that makes sense. I have my passport, so, like, when it comes, I told my friend, I'm like, we're going to Canada for St. Patrick's Day. You don't get a choice, and we're gonna have a great time. And we're gonna have a blast. But I'll just drive over there, and it'll be a great time. Go to Quebec again, which was really fun. Which was where I went last time. Yeah. Canada is... It is pretty nice. I assume your mom used to sail Ontario? Crowbit? If she was going to Canada? Road trip, I have streamer friends there. Ooh! I'll have to see. Oh, that makes sense. Probably. Yeah, probably Ontario. Even though that's on the west side of the state. You know, I need to text this friend again because we were going to do this thing called... It was going to be called Ass or Gas. Which is... We were like, we're going to make this TikTok series and find weird food combinations and make it and eat it. Maybe we should pick that back up. I would love to do that. I'd create a separate account, of course, but beyond my personal TikTok, but I would love to get together and do that. You're all good, Crowbit. Focus on driving. Don't focus on me or chat. Oh wow, only 20 rows. This one's gonna take a while, which is a-okay. But yeah, honestly, road trip for us would be I think it'd be like an 8-hour road trip-ish. Because I know from where I was in Maine, it was only 4 hours when we went to Quebec. And obviously we're further south than where we were, than where I was, is what I was trying to say. But yeah. But yeah. Oh, that's what unplugged. Okay, no worries. Markiplier posted a new video. Woo. There we go. Okay. This is one of the 45s. It's this big one. And then I'll work on, I think I've only done, yeah, I only did a 25, so we'll do a 30 once I finish this. Because there is still quite a bit of this yarn. But going through my stash decently quick, so I'm pretty happy about that. I love that Markiplier's banner is still in space, even though that's been out for, what, almost 5 years already? is a really good series, though. There we go. 25 rows so far out of 45. Woo! No, you're all good. There's a decent hole in the yarn cake, and then we got just over 25 rows for this big hat, so. Now we're just chugging along on this. It's around halfway done. Well, it's a little over halfway done, so. Faster than yesterday. Well, some of these are like half done. Like this one, the red and the blue was already here. I'm adding this purple. Like this, the periwinkle was already done on that, so I added purple. I have a turbo crochet gun. Like, I have a bucket of half done hats that like I ran out of the specific color I wanted to use, and I have other colors I'm going to add to it. So but I appreciate the compliment, Chip. Thanks. Ooh, good luck on that. Do you mean like an exam? I think that's what you're trying to say. Like an exam or a test. Forklift operator. Oh, okay. Gotcha, gotcha. I see what you mean now. Yeah. Oh, nice. Nice, nice, nice. I know, I'm still in the market, unfortunately. Once I get a license, it'll be a lot easier because then I can drive to work. And there's higher paying jobs elsewhere, so. For sure. Yeah, I've been working since I was 17. That was when I was in college and I knew I wouldn't be able to sustain myself, so I started working at McDonald's, and I'm trying to get a job at McDonald's here in town, but I haven't heard anything back from them quite yet. It's difficult to get a job here too. Like, also if my glasses darken, it's because they're transition lenses, so they'll turn into sunglasses eventually. But it's difficult. The job market here is a little rough too. Like, everybody says they're hiring, but then they will never call you back whatsoever. It's insane. Yeah. But I'm hoping I have better luck out towards the more, like, urban areas. Is my hope. Oh, yeah. I had an issue with that one time. I was working for somebody and they didn't pay me for 2 whole weeks. And then when I found out and asked them about it, they go, "Oh, we were supposed to tell you when direct deposit didn't go out," which I got no word about. Nothing. No contact. Nada. So I was not happy to say that. And if they're gonna do, my thing is, if you're going to do that and then not tell your employee, that's on you as a business owner. But then my previous employer proceeded to blame someone else for that, and it was between that and the absolute stress of the job, I said nope and walked away. Because I was not going to allow myself to have that. I'm trying to, for sure. Markets coming up and all that, I try to Spanish seller. We'll see. I'm trying to. That's why I'm trying to make international crazy. But that's why I'm trying to make a bunch of stuff, is so I can, make some money in the interim. And then obviously this pays me a little bit, but not enough to cover rent, unfortunately. Not yet, anyways. Trust me, if I ever get to that point and I can do it, I think you can. I think I can as well. Precisely. And judging by the feedback I got from my TikTok is people want me to raise my prices. I'm not going to. I'm going to advertise I'm going to advertise on like Facebook and things and just do locally for right now. And then, but I will offer shipping because that's easy. Finally home. That's good. Talking about me, I'm gonna post on Facebook probably tonight when I get home about oh, Chip. Nice. Real nice. But, talking about advertising on Facebook and then just getting a bunch of bubble mailers and stuff. Because I have... Oh, you can't see them anymore. They're behind the door. But I got USPS boxes, and you can get some shipping materials for free. Actually, you can get quite a few shipping materials for free. So if I advertise and then send, like, bubble mailers and then be like, hey, buy stuff from me. I'll even ship. And that way, people can buy, like, hats and stuff. Well, mostly hats for right now. But I think I'm gonna switch to just bigger sizes for now. Because... Actually, let's count those. Here's that. You can also use the fourth wall. Thanks for the tip, Crobit. But let's see. This is a bag that has all of like the baby-sized hats in it. I put them all in here, just to keep them separate, because they're all finished and everything. So got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Absolutely completed. Oh, gotcha. How many did I say? 29? I think I said 29. Anyways, 29 baby hats completed. And then I know I have some that are half done in here. So if I find 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's a total of 37 baby hats, which should be okay for now. And then there's plenty for me to donate. I plan on donating like 10 to 15. 37 baby hats. So I'll just focus on the 30 and above sizes for time being. I know, I'm kind of surprised by that too. 30 and above sizes, and then once I get a decent amount of the 30s, 35 and above, and then 40, and then 45. I don't think I'm gonna do 50, just because I tried on one of the 45s last night, and it's pretty roomy on my head. It fits pretty comfortably, so I think I'm gonna leave it as 25 to 45. And then I will do, depending on what I have and how many I sell in the next couple weeks or so, I will, I'll see if I can get some of those chargers on bulk from Amazon and sell some of those. Those I'm thinking anywhere from like $10 to $15, at least for the chargers. Like, it's still in here. Perfect. $12, I think. I feel like we've beaten that like a dead horse, but I think that's a reasonable price for that. Just because the chargers will cost me some to buy, and then obviously they'll just be in like greens and browns. But yeah, for right now, hats and scarves are the main goal. Gonna add fingerless gloves once I get completely done with hats. So I might do 40 of each. That sounds like a good number. 40 of each size. Which sounds like a lot, but I have a ton of yarn. I think that should be good. And then worst case scenario, I can take the hats, sew the bottoms up, and just make like little blobs out of them. Sell those. Put stuffing in them, put some eyes and noses. I think that'd be cute. And people would buy those too. But obviously right now that it's getting colder. Garments are my main goal. You got it, Chip. 100%. I might even give you extra stuff just to make it worthwhile because international ship. Custom Tim Burton hat? Maybe. We'll see. International shipping costs a ton. But, yeah. Like I said, when I get to the point where I have to buy more yarn, what I want to do with that stuff is I want to do tapestry crochet, and I think I want to do like a thunder type thing. Yeah, exactly. I have to raise prices just because I have to account for shipping at that point. Yeah. If you need a nap, take a nap. I am no judge. I used to take naps frequently. True. That happens. If I, like... See, I like my sleep too much. Ooh. Yeah. My mom used to get so worried when I was a newborn because I would sleep for like 4 hours as a newborn and I'd be fine. I didn't need to eat. And she would get so concerned because she's like, this kid has to eat every 2 hours, but she's sleeping for 4. What do I do? And it was, she used to get so concerned. She just like didn't wake me up. And even to this day, I love sleeping. Chip, you're just making my username longer and longer. I love it. But, deadass, I do love to sleep. I do have a lot of habits. Hobbies. Yeah, exactly. That's what my mom did when I was a baby. But she would get so worried because I would just sleep. I didn't care about a damn thing. I would just sleep for hours. Ooh. It's getting windy and thunder again. Paranoid about crib death. Yeah, I think my mom was a little bit too. Because she would always keep checking on me. Oh, wow. Yeah, I don't know about me, but I do know I freaked my mother out a lot when I was a baby. Oh, there was one time. I learned at a very young age how to climb, and I was 9 months old. My mom was coming to get me from a nap, and I wasn't in my crib. 9 months old, I don't think I could really walk yet. So she was like, where the hell is this baby? Apparently, I had climbed out of my crib. Ah. I had climbed out of my crib, crawled across the floor, climbed up the changing table, grabbed a book off the shelf above my changing table, and held the book upside down pretending to read. And she's like, where the hell is this kid? Turned around, there I was, sitting on the changing table, book in my hands, upside down, laughing my ass off. Oh. Yeah, that's no good. Oh, wow. That's weird. Yeah. No, I was a normal baby. I just like to sleep. So I think what I'm gonna do is, since I have 37 altogether right now, I'm just gonna do another 3 baby-sized hats to make it a full 40. There we go. And that'll make it nice and even. I like that idea. Oh, wow. I think the worst thing I had as a kid was my asthma. It never necessarily hospitalized me. Oh, yeah. It hospitalized my brother one time when we were younger. I can't remember if I ever went to the hospital for it. But we had a nebulizer. I still have an inhaler, that sort of thing, and I have to be careful around certain things. But yeah. Mm. Oh. You're a good crowbit. Okay, there we go. Honestly, sometimes I will take extra long in the shower, especially in the winter because it's so warm. So nice in there compared to the outside. Oh, it got dark. It's cloudy again. It might start raining. And honestly, after every shower, I just feel better. So much better. It's great. Yeah. Nice. So for me, it's only 4:30 p.m., but it's really cloudy. So it's not necessarily supposed to be this dark right now. It's been raining on and off all day, so that's why. Yeah, it is still pretty early. Ooh, 10:30? Eesh. Gross. Gross. I like going to bed early, personally. Gotta love the different time zones when I get up, you go to sleep. Pretty much. Pretty much. But that's because there's a whole ocean between where I'm at and where you're at. Can you go to my sense and I sleep? I don't know, man. I don't feel like I'd operate a forklift well. Another part for your nickname. Thank you. What if I create a command that's just for you, Chip, that says the new nickname is, and then put it? I think I should. I think that'd be funny. I like the idea. I think I should. I might do that. I could make a command that whenever you add something new to my nickname, it shows up in chat. I'll work on that. I'll see what that takes. Because now that I have stream elements going, I can mess around and do fun stuff like that. Oh yeah. It's gotten windy again. Sorry, I'm watching a Cinnamon Toast Ken's newest video in the background. He made a tweet and it's his reaction to all of the replies. It is really funny. You're all good, Chip. I'll still be here. Well, I'll still be here for about another half hour. Yeah, another half hour. And then, like I said, I'm getting off at 5 so I can get ready for tonight. Oh, it really got dark. God damn. Crazy. Almost done with this one. We're at 41 out of 45. And we'll see. We shall see what happens. That's good. At least until dinner time, right? Oh, he's cooking tonight. Oh, nice. Nice. Did that person do what I think they tried? People are stupid. So there's a, like, walking and bike trail behind my apartment building. This person just tried to pull down the walking trail before they realized, oh, I can't go down that way, and pulled out. Crazy. Gotta love when that happens. People will just, like, ignore all signage and go down the trail. Yeah. It's weird, but it happens. There we go. Alright, this is the last row. Woohoo! That's awesome. I know how that feels. That's why I'm like trying to stick with hats and stuff because it works up easily enough, gets rid of a bunch of yarn, and it forces myself to stick with this one type of project instead of bouncing around. And honestly, I've kept with it pretty good. I haven't really deviated that much. Nice. I'm gonna be going to change here in a bit for tonight. Obviously once I get off, but you know. That's so fair. Honestly, I would too. That's kind of what I did yesterday, is I kind of just like vegged out because I was not feeling the greatest. So I was like, I'm gonna just keep laying in bed and not do a whole lot today. True. Especially if it's been raining like this, it definitely makes it a little more difficult to get places. Oh, you guys lost power? I haven't yet, thankfully. Well, I did the other day, but it was very brief. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a lot. $3 days? Wow. Yeah, that's rough. I think the worst we've had is a few hours. Fair enough. So you must have. Do you guys have a generator then? No, no generator. Oh, yeah. Okay. I know when I was at school, the memory actually came up with my phone recently. We had probably the biggest power outage I had when I was there, which was, it was really only overnight. Well, it wasn't overnight, but it was like pretty much overnight. And on this one for a day, but that was just okay. But we were connected to the local hospital's power grid, so it was surprising that our power went out for so long. And we found a bunch of glow sticks in the office in the building, and so we lined them up all around so people could see where they were going, and there had to be someone posted by the door because they couldn't you couldn't get in the building with your key card. It was pretty fun though. We all kind of hung out in the lounge. Oh, nice. Fair. Nice chip. We're just talking about power outages because it looks like it's oh, nice. That's good. Nice. Love some good Coke. Twitch redirected you again? That's no good. Yeah, I don't like it either. Alright, this one's done too. This is another 45, so this is the big ones. Yeah. So just set those right over there. Thanks. Ooh. I think I'm gonna start another one, but obviously I won't be able to. Could be if they have to. It could be. I'm gonna start another hat, but obviously I'm not gonna get it done in the time we got left, so. Oh, nice! Yeah. Oh, sorry, I didn't even see that. Yeah, Krubit's right, Chip. It really depends on where you live, because I know... But bigger things usually call it, like... Bigger areas are usually called states. Because I know... Well, I live in... There's also, like, county. Province, yeah, that's another... That would be another word for state. Yeah. I'm sure if you said problem. Oh, nice. New word. If you said province too, I would have understood what you meant. Yeah, speaking and like Duolingo and stuff like that is incredibly different. I know I had the same issue when I was in Germany. I had a huge time speaking and that sort of thing. Yeah. Crobot is right. English is difficult. English is a very difficult language. For sure. I imagine that happens for sure. Yeah, especially as a second language. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. You know what time it is? Time. Third. Wow, good for you. So, yes. Unfortunately, it is time for me to log off today. Yeah, true. Same here. Do more than me. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Yeah, same here, Crobit. I'm not really finding anything. I think we're just gonna end it today. Not necessarily raid somebody tonight. But, yeah. I should be back tomorrow. And we'll... I think I'm good for tonight, Crobit. Just gonna log off because I have to get ready, so... But it was good seeing everybody. I'll see y'all tomorrow.